Well, hey everyone, it's Andrew Bro. Welcome to this week's tutorial. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. We are going to be taking a look at how to create some custom designed bookmarks. So this is not something, I'm kind of venturing out here. I haven't done this before, but I thought it would be fun, partly because, well, we are getting ready for a little craft sale thing next month, I guess you could say. And my 7-year-old, is he 7? Oh my goodness, he's 7 already. My 7-year-old wanted to contribute to some of the crafts and stuff that we do. And so we are going to let him decorate some bookmarks. So we're going to start out by going to spark.adobe.com. And if you've never logged into Adobe Spark before, it's really simple. Just sign up using your Facebook account. If you don't have Facebook, you can create an account, or you can just create a custom account. It's free. You do not need to go with the paid version. If you want to add your own branding and stuff like that, you can do that. You'll also see here in the background that this is how I create all of my graphics. Is right here at Adobe Spark. So you're seeing some projects and things that I've done here in the past. But for today, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on the plus symbol up here, because we're going to add a new Spark, and we're going to say post. I'm not going to go into what these different things are. Just understand that a page is more like a web page. Video is for creating videos, and a post is if you're going to design something that's going to either be printed or get posted somewhere online. Okay, so you could design a book cover in here if you wanted to. You could create all kinds of stuff, but they call it post because it was originally designed for quickly creating post graphics for things like Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest and things like that. So we're going to do a new post. I'm going to go ahead and say start from scratch, and we're going to let it kind of do its magic. And now here you're going to see that there's a whole bunch of different sizes and things that you can do. There's social post sizes, there's social profiles, there's different standard sizes, and then there's this one called custom. So we're going to click on custom, and we're going to have to do a little bit of math here. First of all, like I said, we're going to be creating bookmarks, and I think I might do 2 different sizes, but I want to start out with a 2-inch wide by 5 inches tall. Now we know that when you are printing, you need a minimum of 300 pixels per inch. So if we've got 2 inches and we're doing a bookmark, I want to print at a little bit higher resolution. So I'm going to times that by 600, which is going to give me a width of 1200. So we'll say 1200 wide. And then we're going to do this again. We're going to go 5 times 600, and that's 3,000. I know I probably could have done this. Is pretty simple math. I probably could have done this in my head, but I've actually over this past weekend had a really bad neck and shoulder pain because I needed to go see my chiropractor, and I put it off for too long. And anyways, I was in a ton of pain, and I still have not totally got my mind back straight. I was actually forgetting people's names. People that I see every single day, I was actually forgetting their names. I was in so much pain. And I still have not quite gotten all of that back yet, which is really weird. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. I guess I'm getting old or something. All right, we're going to go ahead and say OK. And now it's giving me an option to put in a background if I want to, or I can just skip it. I'm going to go ahead and say skip. And it kind of does its own little voila thing, and then here we go. We're into our bookmark. So this is 2 inches by 5 inches. This is the format, so it's going to look a lot larger than that on the screen, but that's okay. And then you'll notice that right away it's already put in a little text box. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to use some Dr. Seuss quotes because I thought that would be kind of cute for a 7-year-old to create some bookmarks with Dr. Seuss quotes. So let's start out with this one. Whoops, I guess I need to double click. And then we're going to go ahead and type this in. Today you are you. That is truer than true. That's a period right there. And then let's do a hard return. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Now I may end up coming back in and doing some caps and stuff in here. I don't know. We can do that later. For now, we're just going to go ahead and say done. And notice that as we drag things around here, it automatically is formatting our text and stuff for us. Another thing that we can do is over here on the right hand side is we can click the alignment. And if you go to this one where it shows like larger and smaller, look at what happens. It actually kind of formats it really nicely for you. Now I think that's going to be okay for right now. We're just going to go ahead and leave that. I want to show you some other things that happen here. This is one of the reasons I love Adobe Spark. So we can just click on these colors, and if I wanted to, I could you can like just click through and it'll do different things. We'll get some different colors and things in here. We can say done. Let's go over to the font, and now we can choose some different fun fonts. Let's see what happens. No, that's not what I was thinking. Oh, hey, look at this. Source Sans Pro. There's Ultra. That's kind of fun. That's way more fun. Okay, now we're starting to look Dr. Seuss-ish. Dr. Seuss. Seuss-ish. I don't even know if you can say that. Okay. So from here, now that we've got something, we can double click this, and like if we wanted the word today to be on its own, we just jump in here and put a hard return in and check it out. It now throws that in there. So we've got today you are you. Let's go back in here again. Whoops. Double click. You are you, and then I'm going to put in a hard return right here and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. That is truer than true. I want true to stand on its own. I'm going to put in a hard return. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There's no one alive who is. I want youer to be on its own, I think. Opinion. And now if we kind of drag this around, we can get some different looks. So you can play around with that. So that's kind of fun. Another thing that we can do is the spacing. So if we click on this spacing, we can get some different spacing options. So I'm kind of liking that. I want to move this in just a little bit. There's actually a method to the madness here. You'll catch on here in a minute. We'll go ahead and put that. Actually, we're going to put this down a little ways. And the reason is because we're going to put a hole punch up here in the top and put some like little tassels or something off the top of some of these. Maybe not this one, but some of these. The next thing that you can do here is you can, if you go over to words, you can then select just specific words and it will change their colors. Now we can go into that color and decide like what we want that color to be. So we can do something like this just to add some emphasis and some color to what's going on there. So that's kind of cool. I wonder what would happen if we did that. Kind of fun. Maybe not. Kind of a purplish color. Interesting, but I think we'll go with that one. Kind of a greenish blue to go along with that mustardy yellow in the background. Alright, so from here we can go ahead and click add, and we're going to add another text layer, and we need to write in Dr. Seuss. Is it U-E-S-S? Or E-U-S-S? I should probably double check that. Yes, I spelled it correctly. Okay, we'll say done. And then we're going to just crush this way down. And we're going to go in here and... Actually, I wonder what would happen if we did this. No. Okay, let's stick with that for right now. And then the idea here is that he's going to take these bookmarks, and the back sides of them are going to be white, and then he can use like scrapbooking paper to maybe cut out some shapes or just put a design or something on the back of them. So there we go. That's going to be the first one. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. We've got room up here for the hole punch to go in. They can round the corners if he wants to, or even punch a design. And then I'm going to leave this space down here in case he wants to put like a little sticker or something. Put a little sticker or something on it. So from here, we're going to download it. So we'll go ahead and click download, and I'm going to say a solid color JPEG. And that just went into my downloads folder. Well, for me, it's not called downloads. It is called Woofoo. But what I want to do now is I want to come over into Publisher, because that's where we typically work. And we want to get this ready for printing. So we know that we want these things to be 2 inches wide by 5 inches tall. So what I'm going to do is I already know there's an extra 1/4 of an inch over here on the edge. We can't print all the way there. So I'm going to go to 2.5. And then I'm going to, you know what, actually, scratch that. We're going to go to page size, page setup. We're going to do multiple pages per sheet. And I'm going to do a width of 2.5, so that will give us a 1/4 of an inch of white space all the way around the edges. Actually, let's go 2.75. 2.75. And the height. The height can stay at 8.5 because we're just going to drop these in there and then put some cut lines in. So that doesn't really matter. And then we'll leave this at 0.25 all the way around the edges. Let's go ahead and say OK. Alright, let's get rid of these guides. We don't need them there. Sorry, today's tutorial is really pretty much a process. You're just kind of watching me thinking out loud. And I kind of apologize for that. I hope you find it interesting anyways. Alright, let's go over, insert a picture. I'm going to go out to, now if you did your download, it's probably in your downloads folder. Mine automatically goes to a folder that I've set up for it. So I'm going to double click this, and Publisher thinks that it's way larger than it is because we did 600 pixels per inch. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this in until it snaps into place. And And let's see here. We did 2.75. So that should mean we have 3/8 of an inch, right? I think that means we have three. I need a guide to go into 3/8 of an inch here. 3/8. 3/8 from this side. 1, 2, 3. And then let's just go ahead and push this right to the top because we do want to trim into the color just a little bit. And actually, I'm not like stuck on these being exactly 2x5. They can be slightly larger, and I'll explain that here in just a minute. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and print one. And you can see it's automatically, as soon as I hit print, it's automatically putting 4 up per page. I'm going to design a whole bunch of these, different colors, different fonts, different little sayings and stuff. But I don't want to print more than 4 of each one. You could potentially, if we go back to this page, we could potentially add a page. So insert a blank page. We could create another bookmark. There we go. Like I said, my mind is kind of gone. Sorry, guys. We could create another bookmark with another design and put it on page 2. And then when we go to print it, you'll notice that like this one became page 1's, and then page 2's would be right here if we put something on the page. So you could create 100 different designs if you wanted to, and then you would get 400 bookmarks out of it. I don't know who would want to make that many bookmarks. I know that my 7-year-old is not going to want to decorate and cut out and make 400. So I'm probably just going to make a half a dozen or so, and then print, I don't know, maybe 4 or 8 of each one, and then let him decorate them in different ways so he can sell them at the craft fair. Okay, so let's see, where were we? Yeah, I was going to go ahead and delete out this page. And now we're going to go ahead and print. So I'm going to print this, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cutter, and I'm going to trim just into the color. So just a little bit into the color so that each one of these looks like I printed the bookmarks right to the edge of the page. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's really that simple. Once again, we're kind of like working here in Spark Post or Adobe Spark. I love this for a lot of different reasons. As you can see, it's really simple to use. And then from there, we can just drop our design into Publisher, print it out, trim it, and we're good to go. So once again, thanks for following along, guys. Today's tutorial was very much a design on the fly kind of thing, and I'm glad you followed along. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I promise more of my tutorials. If you watch any more of my tutorials, they're way more organized than this one was. Would love to know what you guys loved about today's tutorial. Maybe what you didn't like. Drop it down in the comments below, and look forward to catching up with you all next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.